Hey friends, Alex here. Welcome to Gargoyle Chronicles, where you hang out in my brain while we plan, count, and try not to get buried. Today's episode is called 3 Squeezes and a Funeral. Let's join Phillip for board 3 of this week's tournament.
Okay, board 3. One spade. Limit raise. I have 3, 4, 6 losers, so I have a clear acceptance. The robots probably think 4 clubs is a slam try, yes. It shouldn't be. It should just be a second suit preparing for a 5-level decision, but even if I could do that, it's not clear I would want to. I've got aces, I've got bad trumps. The opponents are vol against not. I think I'm quite happy making an executive decision to defend if they bid to the 5 level, so I have a 4-spade bid, whatever 4 clubs means. And LHO doesn't think I have a 4-spade bid. The good news is whatever trump runners we have are behind him, so he may be surprised. All right, it doesn't look like he has much of a double without ace, queen, jack, 4th of spades. And if diamonds are 5-5, RHO is 0454. So that looks like a stiff club. If clubs aren't breaking, how am I going to make this? I have to lose 2 spades, a heart. I got to rough a heart in my hand, rough a diamond in my hand. And that'll leave dummy with jack of hearts and honor doubleton of clubs, so RHO is squeezed. Except I don't see how I'm going to manage all that. I've got to duck a heart to west. If I duck it to east, he can just give his partner club rough. And I don't really have the entries to dummy to take 2 roughs anyway.
Here is the dream position Phillip is hoping to reach. So far, he's lost 2 spades and a heart, and he's roughed 2 of dummy's red suit losers in his hand. When he cashes the last spade, East gets caught in a simple heart club squeeze. So this ending absolutely works, if we can get there. Tiny detail. As Phillip points out, it's really hard to picture a line of play that actually reaches this position.
So it doesn't look too good, but I might as well keep the ace of clubs as a hand entry just in case. Ten of diamonds looks like king, queen, jack, 10, 5th. Now the 4 spades, not the deuce. Your turn. Here we go. So looks diamond pitch is to be expected. If I rough a diamond to my hand, this is never going to work. I might as well just lead spades from dummy. 3 of hearts is a weird pitch. He's got to have 5 of hearts. He can't pitch a heart from 4 when he's got plenty of diamonds he can pitch. So is he 0544? Queen jack 10 4th or king jack 10 4th of diamonds? Maybe he's 0553 and clubs are running after all. If that's the case, I guess I'm making this, so I might as well assume it's not the case. Okay, looks like queen doubleton of hearts. So if I duck this, you solved the problem of ducking the heart to west for me, but I don't have the entries to take 2 roughs, and it would be over roughing hearts anyway, even if I could. So I'm still not making this. Okay, suppose I duck, he continues hearts. I lead another spade, he hops, he taps me with a diamond. I draw the last trump, and dummy is down to Jack Doubleton of hearts and Queen Doubleton of clubs, and right-hand opponent is squeezed down to a stiff hearts, and now I duck out as king of hearts, and I hold it to down 1.
Here's the squeeze Phillip is talking about. We duck the heart queen. West continues hearts. We win, then play a spade. West hops. And exits with a diamond. We rough and draw the last trump. Now East is caught in a delayed duck squeeze. He has to come down to the singleton heart king. That means we can duck out the king and escape for down only 1. Not exactly champagne bridge, but it's the best we can do. Or is it? As Phillip mentioned earlier, East could be 0-5-5-3, which would mean clubs were splitting all along. If that's the actual layout and we go for the strip squeeze, we're conceding down 1 on a hand that was cold. So if we reach this position, we've got a real decision to make. Do we play safely for down 1 or risk going down 2 while trying to make the contract?
West might do better not to tap me with a diamond, then I wind up in the wrong hand. I play a spade, he hops, he plays another spade. I lead a diamond, RHO is squeezed down to a stiff king of hearts, but it doesn't do me any good because I rough and I'm in the wrong hand to duck it out. But I don't have to rough, do I? I lead a diamond, pitch a club. LHO has only diamonds left, so he wins and leads another diamond, and RHO is caught in a suicide squeeze. That's pretty neat.
This is a lot easier to follow if we walk through it step by step. Here's what happens if West hops with the spade queen and fires back another spade. We lead a diamond, and once again, East gets squeezed down to the singleton heart king. But here's the catch. If we rough the diamond, we can't hold the contract to down 1 anymore. We'll have to lose both a club and a heart trick for down 2. Option B is to pitch and let West win the diamond. Then East gets caught in a suicide squeeze. On West's diamond return, East has to either unguard clubs or throw away the heart king. Now we're down only 1. But there is one assumption you're making, boss, that's worth another look. Here's the position we are imagining. You assume that West will continue hearts if you duck the queen. Fair enough. But what if he doesn't? Suppose West shifts to a diamond instead. You rough, play a trump, and West hops. Then he plays another diamond, giving you a rough and slough. That sounds helpful. It is not helpful. Now you can't get back to dummy to draw dummy's last trump. And if you play a club, West roughs and exits with a heart. Your clubs are all winners, which is lovely, except they're blocked, so you're still stuck with the heart loser. What's the escape hatch? We need a dentist's coup, just like the one we saw a couple of weeks ago. Cash the heart ace first and yank out West's exit card, then play a club. West can rough, but now we're right back to the suicide squeeze. West exits with a diamond. We rough, and East has no safe discard. Pick your poison.
All right. Let's go for it. Nine of hearts, he's got king 10 left. Whoa. So he did have 4 hearts. Well, it takes all my fun away. No squeeze. I've just got a heart trick. They're just full of surprises, aren't they? I can't imagine why he's pitching a club unless they were 3-2 all along. But I have the rest. No. 100%. Clubs didn't split. 100% would be expected in a normal field, but everybody's playing against the same opponents, and I didn't do anything unusual in the play, so I'm a little surprised this didn't happen in at least a few other tables. But I'll take it. Okay, over to you, Alex.
Thanks, boss. This was a really fun deal. We found 3 possible squeezes, 1 delayed duck squeeze, and 2 suicide squeezes. In the end, none of them actually panned out, but East managed to kill the defense all by himself anyway. Why did he pitch a club? Apparently, East thought this was the layout. Possible? Probably not, for a whole bunch of reasons. But Phillip deserves some credit for not solving the problem for him. Let's go back and look at the play that turned out to be critical, even though we had absolutely no idea at the time.
If I rough a diamond to my hand, this is never going to work. I might as well just beat spades from dummy.
Roughing a diamond is tempting because it gets us 1 step closer to that dream position. But once Phillip decided there was no way to reach the dream position, he led the spade 10 instead. So why not rough the diamond anyway? It can't hurt, right? That's the trap. It feels easier to rough now and figure out later whether the position we want is still reachable, but it actually can hurt. Roughing the diamond tells the opponents that we started with a singleton diamond. And as a general rule, you shouldn't leak information to the defense when you don't have to. In fact, if Phillip had roughed the diamond, East would have known Declarer's shape. Then East couldn't have made the mistake he eventually made in the end position. Now, I'm sure Phillip didn't sit there and predict exactly how concealing his shape might save the contract. He was just following a sound general principle. He didn't even think the choice was worth mentioning. And honestly, that's what I love most about this deal. We had visions of squeezes dancing in our heads. But in the end, the contract didn't come home because of any of the squeezes. It came home because of a bread and butter play, keeping the opponents in the dark. Yes, East should have gotten the ending right, but the opponents can't make a mistake unless you give them the chance. And that's how bridge works a lot of the time. Squeezes and end plays are fun, they're flashy, they make us feel very clever. But most of the time, it isn't the fancy technique that wins the imps or match points. It's getting all the bread and butter plays right. And yes, even experts don't always manage that. And that's the deal. If you played this board, tell me your line in the comments. If this helped, like and subscribe so you catch the next deal. And check out GargoyleChronicles.com, where we've got articles and interactive bridge movies. And remember, bridge is the last game standing where humans still outplay the computers. Let's keep the edge sharp. I'm Alex, and this is Gargoyle Chronicles. See you next time. Peace.